Okay, so another palm strike exercise. We took a look at it as an offense, so using the palm strike as an offense, but as we know, a lot of the Wing Chun movements are both offensive and defensive in nature. So let's look at it as a defense. So as Carsten throws, for example, a punch down through my center, I can make contact in like the guard position coming forward, and then I can turn it to the palm strike as we go forward. So as he comes through, I make contact and then I turn through into the palm strike. Once again, as he goes through, coming through, I turn through to the palm strike. Now, firstly, practice slow. I really do think practicing slow is a great thing to get used to, so that you make sure your movements are correct, and then you can also adjust them as you go. So for example, he might be throwing a punch towards me, I make contact, as I go to throw it, my palm strike to him, he controls the center and I stay off there. If I'm going slow, I can go, okay, what happened there? I should probably keep my elbow closer to the center, I should probably dominate the center better. Whereas if he's punching and I'm just going faster, I might not even notice these things, because you're not taking the time to observe and be consciously aware of what's actually happening. So start out slow is my suggestion. If you're more advanced and you feel like you've got this one down pat, by all means go fast, your call. Now, I'm not your mum, so do what you want. Yeah? Now, as this punch comes through, make contact and palm strike. Yeah, and then you can add to this now. He can move around. Yeah, he can move around, and he can start to throw different. So as he moves around, I track him. Yeah, you can throw different ones. Yeah. If you need to, you can also add in a step, bringing yourself forward, depending on the length of your arms and range as well. So start off slow, and then you can build up the speed with that. A very simple one. So Carsten has a turn. He has his guard up. He's tracking me. I throw a punch. He uses that palm strike as a blocking movement, but also it's essentially a block strike. It's like he's hitting right through, which makes sense. It's much more economical to just hit straight through with that hit straight through with what you're blocking with. Saves time. Okay, so that's a simple way you can start. Now you can, if you're comfortable with that and you want to build up from there, you can actually put that into a cross punching exercise where Carsten continues his chain punching. So he's doing like a centerline punch repetitively, like from the end of the form, part C. And then from here, you can use continuous palm strikes. So just a couple of pointers on that. You'd be coming through with the same side arm. You can actually go opposite side arm, there's nothing wrong with that. But naturally, as we get more into the kind of mirroring and the shadowing from Chi Sao, you tend to use same side arm. But it's not wrong to go opposite arm too. See how I can still block and attack at the same time. So, why not play with both then? But, I'd suggest you start off from the outside and get used to that. But if you want to start from a cross arm, that's also fine. Notice how I'm still protecting my center. So the formation is more like this as opposed to this. This is the biggest and most common problem I see when people do most forms of cross-punching exercises, is that they open up their center as they change arms. See that? It's not very defensively responsible, as opposed to this, where I still have this triangulation of protection over my center and my front in general, really. So as he continues to punch, and then you can also go to the other side as well. So you can see I can go to cross arm with palm strikes too. And Carsten will have a go. Just happens. So.
Yeah.
See, it's good to start off slow to get the rhythm for it. And then you can go to the cross side. And then if you're happy with this and you feel comfortable, you can also go into tracking as well. So I move around. And look, there's so many, thanks. I'm giving you guys like 2 exercises for each technique, but to be honest, I could give you 15 to 20, but then the curriculum would be something like 3,000 lessons, as opposed to, I'm guessing it's probably gonna hit like 150, 200, something like that. So what I mean is you can get creative with your training partner, given that you believe that the exercise is going to cultivate your skill in the correct way. So don't do stupid stuff where you're letting them kick you in the groin or something. Anyway, so what I'm getting at is that from this exercise here, you can, maybe I'll do it, you punch. You can do trucking like we were just doing, yeah, and you can start to switch the other side between them, like stay tracking him as he moves, and then you can also go through and start actually using it as attacks as well. Yeah, and double, single palm, double palm. You can mix it up as you go. Yeah, as you get better and you're more comfortable with your training partner, start to have a little fun with it. Don't be too rigid with the frameworks I'm giving you. Yes, it's good to follow the guidelines, but yes, it's also good to just play around with it and have fun, you know, because if you're not having fun, you probably won't continue with it anyway. Alrighty, so there are a few exercises for you for the palm strike, both on an offensive and defensive level. If you don't have a training partner and you wanted to do the defensive side, you know, you've got your imaginary friend, you've got your shadow boxing, and don't discount that, guys. Even if you do have a training partner, it's good to do shadow boxing work, you know, meaning you're staying in the state and you're practicing your movements, you know, practicing all the different things that you've learned so far, and you're just bringing the state into those movements. So don't devalue shadowing Chun or shadow boxing just because, you know, you don't train on your own. It's a very valuable tool. Essentially, the forms are like shadow boxing to a degree, except that we're more so cultivating a condition as opposed to an imaginary person we're fighting. Now, any questions? Chuck them in the community, and I look forward to seeing you guys in our next video.